bong!
Bing bong! We are live.
Got his ass.
We are live, coming to you live from the internet. Welcome to the CineBoiz podcast, part of the CorkBats Podcast Network. If you don't know what CorkBats is, be sure to follow them on social media at CorkBats on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. CorkBats on YouTube, which is youtube.com/CorkBats, and visit CorkBats.com. Our review of Cocaine Bear will be up within the next 24 hours, so you're going to want to read that. It's a bear that does cocaine. Cocaine Bear.
I mean, I've heard honestly great things about it.
Hey, it ain't bad.
And isn't it like a tight 90?
No, it's like 73 now. It was 100 when I checked yesterday before I went to the theater, and then it dropped quite a bit. And understandably so, but it's still very entertaining.
I thought you were talking about runtime.
Oh, a tight 90. Yes.
I for sure was. I just rolled with what he thought I was saying.
I thought that was, I thought you meant like 90% on Rotten Tomatoes.
No, I mean, there was a small period of time where it was 100% with
6 reviews,
10 reviews.
Yeah. Stop the count. That's what I say.
But I believe it is a tight 90 runtime, which is beautiful as well.
It's beautiful.
That's all I really want.
I was at the theater by 5:20. I was back home by 7 o'clock.
Ooh.
Would recommend. Is that a new TV stand, Kenny? Yes, it is. Bought it online.
Is that where else do you buy things these days, honestly?
Who goes to a store? Like, you don't you get your furniture delivered now. You don't go to the store and pick it up. Unless
Last time we bought a couch, we went to the store to sit on the couches, but then we bought it online later.
Of course.
Well, yeah.
For that, you got to give it the old sit test. You can't just buy it.
Like, so if there's a clothing piece that I want to go and try on just to make sure, which is rare, rarely happens, I'll go in and try it on, and then I will go home and buy it online.
For sure.
Smart move. Well,
I do that all the time at Alpine Shop, and they just look at me like I know what you're doing, and I'm like, I know you know what I'm doing, and then I just walk out without buying anything.
You're one of the
Sometimes I'll buy it on my phone while I'm in the store.
Yeah, I will too.
You're one of the regular pours at the Alpine Shop, like I was.
Well,
back in the
yeah,
day.
pretty much. I mean, if you can save like $50 on a jacket, you're gonna do it.
That's fair. Well, hey, we are the CineBoiz, the movie TV gaming branch of CorkBats. You can follow us here on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/CineBoiz. So if you're just here hanging out in the chat, you don't know what the hell we are, just go ahead and give us a follow. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, and you will get alerts every time we're live every 2 weeks. And then also keep up with us on social media at CineBoiz on Twitter and Instagram. Guys, happy International Sword Swallowers Day to all who celebrate.
Wow.
Have you ever seen a guy swallow a sword? Live in person?
It's Aladdin.
That doesn't count.
Well,
No. What do you think's really going on there?
I think
Because
they're
that can't be a
doing it.
real sword.
there has to be something going
I went
on.
to a magic show and I saw a guy swallow a sword, and he was
Did
fine.
you touch the sword?
I did not touch the sword. No, I was
Yeah.
not allowed.
So you have no
You
idea
wanted.
if it was made out of sugar?
Kay said she saw somebody do it at a county fair. I mean, if they're doing it at a county fair,
I mean, I saw it happen in. I forgot the name of the movie.
Aladdin.
again, doesn't count.
Not
I'm talking
Aladdin.
about in person. You had to see it with your own 2 eyeballs.
Aladdin 2.
Nightmare Alley.
Return of
Oh,
Jafar.
Nightmare Alley. Yeah.
Was that the name of that movie? Return
Yeah,
of Jafar.
Return of
Did I just
Jafar,
make that
yeah.
up?
I wasn't allowed to watch the second one for some reason. I don't know.
And then the third one was bad. King of Thieves.
Was the
Not as
second one
good.
good? No. Okay.
It was better than the third one.
Yeah, but Jafar was creepy, you know.
It was Jafar better than the third one.
Shut up.
Guys. As you can see, there's only 3 of us today. It's myself, Kevin, and Mob. Tom is not with us. Tom is on dad duty this morning, so he will not be here for either episode that we record this morning. So we're recording 2 episodes. If you're following on Twitch, we will take a break after this episode and then come back with the second episode. If you're just listening online, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, you're just going to have to wait a week until that next episode drops. But hey.
Sucks to suck.
Like I said, I'm Kenny. I'm one of the co-hosts of the CineBoiz podcast, and today I am joined, as always, or almost always, by our good friend, Mr. Kev. Kev, how are you?
This is crazy. I'm going first again.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of this.
It's
I'm doing good.
2023,
Thanks for asking.
baby. Well, that's good, man. What are you big on?
This week, not surprisingly, I've just been watching YouTube like a maniac for specifically NFL films. The amount of good stuff that NFL Films picks up on a football field between the mic'd up and the cameras is unbelievable. I've probably watched 20 hours of NFL film movies over the last, I don't know, 2 weeks. Just
This
no
ain't what they
reason, no reason
wanted.
really. Just that's an
This
all-time.
ain't what they wanted.
Well, yeah.
Say what you want about Frank Clark, but he gives a good.
He's maybe the
mic'd
best
up clip.
mic'd up NFL player of all time.
Kalen
Well, we
Saunders
gonna
is
turn
pretty
up,
good
though.
too.
It's Colin Saunders.
Colin,
and
I know,
love
I'm
him.
sorry.
He would win the award if I were giving out awards this year to the Kansas City Chiefs. He would be favorite Chief of 2022, 2023 for me.
Really?
Definitely
loved
best Twitter follow.
But
His Twitter
by
is
far the
hilarious.
best Twitter follow, because a lot of times it doesn't make sense, but it's still really funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he's a St. Louis boy.
Oh, I didn't know that. Congratulations.
Yeah, Western Illinois.
My
baby.
mom says she's big on season 3 of Yellowstone.
I've heard Yellowstone is.
I hear that's a show.
My parents started watching it and were raving about it. So
Honestly,
think-
that's usually how I hear it's good.
Does
when
anybody
parents like it.
Has anybody had a non-parent or in-law talk to you about
what is
Yellowstone
that?
yet?
What is that?
So yes, I have, but usually it's like they're like, yeah, my parents really liked it, so I started watching it.
See?
So it's through via
How do you even watch it? What's it even on?
Paramount
It's
Plus.
on the Paramount
See?
Plus.
That's my problem.
Hey, Mom, if you like Yellowstone, you should watch Euphoria.
That's not the show I thought you were gonna say.
That's my suggestion. Anytime somebody suggests Yellowstone to me, I'm like, hey, you know what? You should check out Euphoria.
I think that's just a good thing for anything. Hey, if you like
Right.
this, check out
Oh,
Euphoria.
you like Ted Lasso? Euphoria.
Oh, man. Well, cool.
I also just finished a show. What did I just finish watching that I really, really liked? This is good podcasting.
Home Improvement.
I
Full House.
Full House.
Hannah Montana.
Well, we'll come back
Oh
to
god,
it.
I do have to admit something.
Okay.
I started watching season 1 of Succession yesterday.
So you never
Good for
watched
you.
Succession.
No, never.
Finally, get on it, dude.
I watched 2 episodes yesterday.
It's a great time because you'll get to it for the final season.
Here's what I don't
That's
get.
kind of what I was angling for the whole time.
Here's what I don't understand, and
we are.
I'm just going to bring this up real quick before we move on. Kevin, you've mentioned this before. I know Tom has mentioned it before, where we'll say, hey, you should watch the show, and we're like, no, I'm going to wait until it's all done, and I'm just going to watch it all. It's like, do you have time to do it that way? Because I feel like the way of watching it week to week saves you so much time.
So normally I'm anti doing that. That's usually a Tom thing. But with Succession, I was really nervous about the Game of Thrones effect, where I just was like, is this going to end so poorly that people are going to be so pissed? But the fact that they're just ending it after a 4th season makes me think, all right, they're going to go out strong. They're not going to stretch themselves too thin here.
Which we
So I feel
will
comfortable starting it now.
which we will definitely get to today. So hold on to that thought. Kevin, thank you so much. We're glad you're here. And then we're also joined by Mr. Mob. Mob, how are you?
Howdy.
Let me ask you this. What are you big on?
I'm big on haircuts. Man, like,
Haircuts.
yeah, I hadn't had a haircut since Christmas. Because
Whoa.
like the Chiefs were winning, and so like it was my duty.
You get it.
And so they won, and the next weekend I got a haircut, and it feels wonderful.
Congratulations. Yeah, I've been meaning to do that too. I need to do it because I wasn't getting a haircut or trimming my beard.
Oh yeah, and shaving felt great too.
Mm-hmm.
I shaved the night they won.
So
Really?
here's I've been meaning to do it, but here's the problem. We won the Super Bowl on Sunday, and then
Yep.
I had 2 days, and then literally the next week was fly to Kansas City, spend less than 24 hours in Kansas City, fly back to Austin, next day fly to Dallas, then to Salt Lake City, then drive to Park City, and then 3 days later fly to Vegas, fly home. So I haven't had time to get a haircut, but I definitely will be getting a haircut. Although
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
it looks pretty good. Let's be real.
yeah, it helps that I live with my hairdresser.
Some lettuce.
Yeah, that's fair.
I hate getting my hair cut. It's one of the biggest chores in my entire life.
How many times do you think, roughly, we've talked about haircuts on this show? Because I feel like this conversation
Kind of a
about not
lot.
wanting haircuts or going to get a haircut has happened
Oh,
a lot.
yeah, because it was part of our political platform.
Oh, that's
If
right.
you're going
right.
to get a haircut,
Mhm.
that person better not talk to me.
Okay. I disagree. I like having that chit chat.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh. Well, we'll agree to disagree. All right. Well,
Okay,
hey,
I will say the lady that cuts my hair now is way more of a normal human than the people that used to cut my hair. Where it's like I'm not going to Party Cove every weekend, and
Yeah.
I can relate to you. You have like a dog and like a family. That's some normal stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not going out on a Wednesday. So.
Yeah. To be fair, my old hair lady back in Kentucky, like she thought we were the same, and we weren't.
Yeah.
Because she
That's
was
the
saying
problem.
like, you should go to Two Keys on a Wednesday night and do the fishbowl races. And I'm like, what? Wednesday nights are for sleeping. I have school in the morning.
whatever that is, sounds like I would have loved it a few years ago. Anyways, so Mob, we're really glad you're here. Thank you for joining us. And then I'm Kenny. Let me tell you guys what I'm big on. It's new Super Bowl merch. Woo-hoo!
Oh, you got the hoodie too.
Yeah.
Mine's still in the mail.
Same. My hoodie and t-shirts in the mail.
I also got I got suckered into so many things this time.
That's gonna go viral.
So I've been on a big physical media kick, kind of like Tom, and I'm just scared of everything digital just leaving. Like, so you used to be able to buy digitally the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl movie. You can still buy the Super Bowl movie.
You can.
You can't buy the Super Bowl anymore, which pissed me off. And so then I was like, well, crap, I gotta go buy the Super Bowl DVD. Check. And then I was like, well, it'd be kind of cool to have something I could drink out of with Super Bowl stuff. So I bought a glass. And then you're like, oh, you know what's kind of cool? Something to put on the shelf. So I bought a little mini helmet. And there was even something else. It's too much. I've spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars at this point.
Yeah. So
And,
we're not a sports
my wife's
podcast,
not.
but
Please
we are
don't.
all massive fans of the Kansas City Chiefs, who, if you don't know, won Super Bowl 57 almost 2 weeks ago, and it's been a whirlwind adventure ever since then.
Feels like yesterday.
I was actually going to go snowboarding in Utah last week, and then I ended up spending all of the money that I was going to use to do snowboarding on Super Bowl merch. So
You made the right call.
I absolutely did. I can always go snowboarding. You only win the Super Bowl once every few years. Anyways,
But Jalen Hurts is the archetype quarterback.
he
I
is-
actually really like Jalen Hurts. If
do
we were
too.
playing the Eagles, I would have been rooting for him because I like almost everything about
I
him.
actually like that Eagles team.
I love the Eagles.
I love Hurts. I
Yeah.
like Jason Kelsey a ton. Sirianni is kind of hilarious.
He's a dork,
He's a dork, but he's fun to watch.
but he seems like he'd be a nice guy.
Yeah, it seems like he'd give a good interview too, which is always good.
Yeah,
I don't know.
There's nothing about that Eagles
Love
team.
Miles
that
Sanders for some reason.
there's nothing about the Eagles team that I dislike, and like I agree with you guys 100%. If the Eagles were playing anybody else, I'd be rooting for the Eagles. So
I'm usually gonna be rooting for the NFC team anyway. If
Yeah.
it's not us at this point.
Well, guys, we got a lot to talk about. Lots happened since we last got together and talked about what's going on in the world of entertainment. So today we're just going to run through some headlines. We don't have any anniversaries today because Tom is not with us, so this might be kind of a short episode, but we got a lot of good stuff to talk about. I think the first thing that we need to get into, we do have some Twitter poll results for you. So last time we talked, we had a conversation, a heated conversation, if you will, about Toy Story 4 and the quality of that film. Mob, what did you describe it as?
Cheeks, bro.
Cheeks, bro. Okay.
Yeah, cheeks.
So we took it.
Straight cheeks.
We took
Big
our
old booty
conversation to Twitter because I'm a Toy Story 4 apologist. I like Toy Story 4. I don't think it's bad. So we went to Twitter and Instagram, and here are the results we got. So on Twitter, 33% of the voters said they liked Toy Story 4. 56% said it's fine, and then 11% said it's cheeks. How do you guys feel about
Cheeks.
those results?
I mean, I'm a little surprised that many liked it. Being totally honest.
No, I think that it doesn't surprise me that the main reaction is meh.
Cheeks is actually maybe too strong, but I disliked it. I disliked it.
I don't think it's too strong. And like the Apple Boys called me out for something.
I can't believe the Apple
and,
Boys
like-
are so into Toy Story.
And
Yeah.
here's the thing. They said, what was wrong with it? In Toy Story 3, you got your perfect Andy send-off. And then in Toy Story 4, you got your
Oh.
perfect Woody send-off. Who was asking for the Woody send-off?
Nobody.
Literally No one.
Also, the perfect Andy send-off is like the perfect Toy Story send-off. They're his toys.
Yes. The perfect Woody send-off is sending him off with Buzz and sending them all off so that they can live in whatever land. And so guess what? Toy Story 3 was also the perfect Woody send-off.
Well, here's
the setting of a state fair in Oregon or wherever it was just was not. I don't know. It didn't make any sense. And Forky still pisses me off. Also,
well, here's what
how
Kay
can
has
that be
to
one
say.
of your main characters?
Here's what Kay has to say. She says, "I do not like Toy Story 4. Toy Story went down the rails when Andy gave his toys away. F that." So she would agree. But yeah, again, I like Toy Story 4. That's how I feel.
I liked how Toy Story 3 he like gave his toys away to another person who was
Perfect,
like
ambiguous.
going to get to enjoy the toys, because again, I had just gotten out of my freshman year of college when I went and saw that movie. So it kind of hit because Andy was going off to college. It hit me in that time. And then like how many years later we get Toy Story 4 and they split up Woody and Buzz at the end of it. Like that just like it like
Okay.
Let me have one good thing in this life. Just because they might leave each other in real life doesn't mean they have to in the movies.
Kevin just wants one.
Let me
good thing.
have that.
Is that too much?
Let me have that.
Well,
one thing.
Well, let's see if you guys agree with the Instagram poll results, because they're a little bit different. So 14%, only 14% compared to 33% said they love Toy Story 3. And then 57% of Instagram voters said meh. And then 29%, far more of an increase than 11%, said it's straight cheeks. So
I'm honestly very surprised by that because Twitter is usually much more of a negative place than
Yeah.
Instagram.
Well,
yeah, I guess I have to delete my Twitter now because Instagram seems to be my people.
Yeah.
yeah, it sounds like
where
you
we got
guys
ahead.
have found a home on Instagram. So be on the lookout for more Twitter and Instagram polls. We're going to share those results more often. Well, guys, let's get into these headlines. First big headline of the week, It prequel series titled Welcome to Derry from Warner Brothers Television is coming soon to HBO Max, or I guess Max is what they're going to call it. Kevin, you have been notoriously on the record as saying you don't like being spooked. So let me ask you a question.
I hate it.
What would it take for you to watch the Welcome to Derry It prequel series?
I don't want to see it in a theater. That's number one.
Okay.
Well, good news,
no
it's a
theater.
TV series.
Oh yeah, you just said that. I don't know. I don't like. I'm never gonna watch it ever. You can't make me do it. I'm not gonna. There's not one thing that appeals to me about this.
Wait, didn't you see the first It?
Yeah, I did, but not gonna watch it 2 or it. Is there a third?
No, it's just the 2.
That's partially why I actually didn't dislike horror movies, but then I went to see it in theater at like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And I was like, this sucks. I'm never doing this again.
What if I made you a deal where if you watch every episode of Welcome to Derry and you write like a little mini review for Cork Bats, if you do that for every episode of season 1, I'll do a 4-day darkness retreat, Aaron Rodgers style.
So will you actually do 4 days in darkness in like an actual dark room, or will you just go to like kind of do half of that and like sort of just be in like a spa like room in the mountains?
I'll tell you what, I'll give you 2 days of just sitting in my closet.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Ooh.
See, the problem with this is it like I have to watch more than one episode. That's even crazier to me. I'm putting myself this amount of time I'm uncomfortable is so much more.
How many
I don't
episodes do you think they're going to be?
Evan, think about that though.
6
Is
to
it
9 probably? If I had to guess.
Kenny's offering up 48 hours. You would have to sit through like at most 10.
Maybe 10 hours.
I
in
would love
weekly
to see,
installments.
And it would be split up.
I would love to see the hallucinations and ideas that Kenny comes out of 48 hours in a
Closet.
dark room closet with.
Yeah. Kay says it isn't scary, though. He's so goofy. Goofy's a word I guess we could use.
Goofy is
Scares
not
me.
what I would describe
Look,
Pennywise as.
I watched
something about
it.
clown in the sewer just really got me. I don't know.
I watched it too by myself with all the lights on when my wife was home, and I think I slept with the lights on that night. And I don't typically get like that type of spooked from
Was it too
scary movies.
scarier or spookier than it one?
It was way worse. I don't know.
Well, Stephen King said, I'm excited that the story of Derry, Maine's most haunted city, is continuing. And I'm glad Andy Muschietti is going to be overseeing the frightening festivities, along with the brain trust, including his talented sister, Barbara. Red balloons all around.
Is he the guy who did the movies?
See,
Yes, he directed the
this
movie.
is the part too that sucks because
That's
people
good.
will start walking around with red balloons, and maybe we'll restart that clown trend. And I don't want any part of that either.
Yeah. The clown
That was a
trend-
crazy time. You remember that?
Yeah, it
What was that, like 2016?
Yeah, it was about a year before the movie came out. Yeah, there's just clowns everywhere. I think there's cycles of it, though. I think the clown they're going to come back at some point. Doesn't matter if it has a prequel series or not. Clowns are it's a circulation. It's like the Olympics. Clowns just come around every 4 or 5 years.
Are clowns the scariest things on Earth? I would say yes.
I think a well done scary clown is hard to beat.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think even the ones that are trying not to be scary are scary. They might even scare me more.
Kay says, conspiracy theory, the clown sightings were marketing for it. I mean, makes sense.
It's very possible.
Makes sense. So yeah, be sure to check out the It prequel series, and then hopefully
Don't
will
do it, though.
Kevin will
Don't-
check it
don't
out,
watch
and then
it.
I'll do a 2-day sit in my closet retreat, Aaron Rodgers style. All right. So moving on, you guys ready for some news that's probably gonna piss you the hell off?
Yeah, I always am.
All right. Warner Brothers has given the green light for more Lord of the Rings films. According to Variety, no filmmakers have been attached to the projects as of yet, but in a statement to Variety, Peter Jackson and his main Lord of the Rings collaborators, Fran Walsh and Philippa Bowens, said Warner Brothers and Embracer have kept us in the loop every step of the way. So apparently this has been in the works for a while. Mob, let me ask you this. Is there any way that they can make these movies in any way appealing to us?
No. Like,
got a
okay,
cool-
we have a TV show right now. I haven't watched it. I've heard fine things
It's
about
pretty
it.
good.
I don't.
It's
I'm
pretty
not,
good.
Yeah, Kevin's the only person.
It
I know
replaces
who's
what The
watched it.
Hobbit should have been, basically. But yeah,
But like, we got The Hobbit, and it was just straight garbage, and that had source work to go off of. Like, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do?
well,
when
the
have
problem
they
with The
ever
Hobbit is they
succeeded
made it into
without-
3 movies instead
Yeah.
of just 1.
And they put in their own stuff spin on that, and that was stupid. The whole first movie was people just walking across mountains. This whole second movie, you're just in this dragon's lair, and Benedict Cumberbatch is talking to you, and it's like,
I'm gonna say
ugh.
something about the third movie. It's like up there with it's like a DC level bad movie to me. The third Hobbit movie, and people may not like that. I don't know.
It was
how
just
people
like,
feel about
and the
Hobbit, but
third movie was
horrible.
like, we just got to wrap this up. Like,
It was so bad.
It was almost like they were like, yeah, we made a mistake by making 3 movies, but
Yeah. So apparently,
Is this a
producers-
remake? What is this?
So we don't know.
So-
We don't understand.
See-
But apparently, in the Variety
We don't
article, they said,
understand.
for all the scope and detail lovingly packed into the 2 trilogies, being Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, the vast, complex, and dazzling universe dreamed up by J.R.R. Tolkien remains largely unexplored. So
That's not true.
For
It's
whatever,
just not true.
For whatever that means, apparently there's a lot more that they can make into a movie. My mom says, "I love Lord of the Rings. Sorry, not sorry." Wow, what a take.
love it too, which is why I think
yeah.
this is stupid.
Yeah, everybody
just
loves Lord of the
watched-
Rings.
I watched the Two Towers because it popped up on Netflix last weekend. And I was like, hell yeah, I'll watch Two Towers right now.
I think a couple of weeks ago we talked about how the first trilogy is one of the like better trilogies ever made from
Yeah,
books into movies.
Easily.
I
Like-
think you could probably argue that it's the best.
And the ones that were made will stand the test of time. Like,
Yeah.
they're so good and they
Yeah.
were so well done.
Yeah. Kay says, I fell asleep in the theater for one of the Hobbits. They were just not what the original trilogy was.
No.
Totally
I will
agree
say
with you.
this. I'll take more Lord of the Rings over more Avatar any day of the week.
Oh, hands down. Hands down. My mom also says maybe they'll do the Similarian. I don't think you can really make a movie. That's like if
That's
they wanted
what the
to
show
make.
is.
That's like
That's
if
what the
they
show
wanted
is.
if they wanted to make a movie out of a physician's desk reference. Like
Right.
that's what I feel like the Similarian movie would be. Like it'd just be real boring and a lot of just.
Well, no, but
exposition.
that's what the TV show is.
yeah, kind of, but not really.
But that's the best you're gonna do making anything about it.
I'll agree with you there. So check out the new Lord of the Rings movies, whatever the hell that may be. Let me ask you one final question on it, though.
Don't.
How pissed would you be if they were remakes of the original Lord of the Rings
I would be
trilogy?
furious.
Very pissed.
Absolutely furious.
It's unnecessary.
Now, if they remade the Harry Potter movies, that I wouldn't be pissed about, especially if they made it into an HBO short series.
Or a Snape origin movie with Adam Driver.
Hell yes. I've seen that pop up around. Yeah, I want that so bad.
Make it, you cowards.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of Harry Potter,
Adam Driver? No, Harry Potter.
you twos have played the video game.
Love it.
Yeah, it's good.
Caught a unicorn last night.
So you're still playing, Ken?
Mm-hmm.
Are you still in it?
Yep, absolutely. Excellent game. Love it.
No,
Right.
no other words for the review.
What are you looking for?
What are you
What do
looking
you
for?
need?
Something more than just love it. Give me something.
It's like Red Dead Redemption, but with like wizards in
Yep.
the wizarding world.
So
That
so
sounds
Red,
nice.
I will say Red Dead Redemption 2 is still my favorite game of all time, even though I'm probably halfway through this one, but it gives me that type of feel with wizards.
Okay.
Yeah. Very, very similar vibe.
I think the storyline in Red Dead Redemption is unmatched, and you weren't going to get that in this game, but like the play style and play through type, very
How
very
many
similar.
hours do you think you put in on Red Dead?
At
How many
least
hours did I
60
put
or
into
70.
Red Dead just playing poker? Like,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest,
I think it took me 40 hours to get through the campaign.
Wow.
And then however much longer to just do all the other stuff. So
I love it
fish.
so much I've bought it twice.
What?
that's how I am with.
I had to buy it on my Xbox, and then once I
Oh.
wasn't updating the Xbox, I wanted to buy it for the PC so I could still play it.
Yeah, I did the same thing with Skyrim. I bought it for Xbox and I bought it for Switch, and then I thought about buying it for Switch again when the deluxe version came out.
I wish I had a
but
video game I liked that much.
Yeah, it'll happen.
I don't think I do.
It'll
I
happen.
loved this. It's dumb now, but I loved Assassin's Creed 2 when it first came out. I was like, this game rules. And then they just
The first couple Assassin's Creeds were,
the ones with Ezio in it.
yep.
Let me run around Italy all day and I'll be happy.
Kay says you
Oh.
should join the Stardew craze.
I don't think
I've thought about it many times.
I bought it on the Switch
Mhm.
because it was on sale over Christmas.
That's where it needs to be played. In my
It's a
opinion.
different. It's wonderful.
It's the best game for Switch, hands down, in my opinion.
See, when I play Stardew, am I just gonna wish I wish this was Legend of Zelda? It's
Nope.
kind of what I
It's its own thing.
It's super
100% its own thing.
just looks the same to me.
Yeah,
I haven't.
it definitely has like the look and feel of like early mid 90s JRPGs, but it is very much different than that. So yeah. So yeah, last bit of news for the day. We kind of hit on it already, but it has been announced that the upcoming season of Succession, season 4, will be the final season of Succession. In a quote with the Hollywood Reporter, Jesse Armstrong, who's the showrunner, said, "I got together with a few of my fellow writers before we started the writing of season 4 in about November, December 2021. I sort of said, look, I think this maybe should be it, but what do you think? We could do something a bit more muscular and complete and go out sort of strong, and that was always our preference. So there's no getting around it. There isn't going to be a season 5. Kevin, where are you? Being new to Succession, where are you emotionally with this news?
I'm thrilled.
Okay.
I'm like,
Okay.
couldn't be happier. That's why as soon as this came out, I was like, all right, I will start Succession now. When they said we can beef this last season up and make it awesome and send it off right, I was like, that's exactly what I wanted to hear to get going on this. I didn't want it to drag out forever and just kind of fade into the night. I didn't want a Game of Thrones situation where it just sucked.
So essentially, now that you know that
psyched.
it's ending, it's less overwhelming for you.
That's also probably part of it, because once I got behind about a season and a half and I was like, oh man, that's part. And so if there had been 7 seasons, it would have been like very intimidating to start playing, I think.
Yeah. Mob, where are you emotionally on this news?
I think of it in the way that like a really good athlete retires at the prime of their career after winning a Super Bowl, and you're
Which
like,
never happens.
and you're like, oh man, they could have won so much more. Like they could have been awesome, but they could have gone down. but like then you think about it and you're like, but they're happy, and like I'm happy for that. I kind of feel like that way in this, and it's like, you know, they're gonna go out on top, and they're gonna get to end it the way they want to end it, and you know it's gonna be all like there's no reason to think like with the Game of Thrones thing, it went downhill the last couple of seasons.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it was kind of like. But there's no reason for me to believe that this last season won't be just insanely incredible because they're getting to do it the way they want. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. I'm just sad that it's only going to be 4 seasons because I just love the characters. Like I love the show.
Well, I think if we're being honest with ourselves, 4 to 5 seasons is probably what all shows should be if they're at their best. Because once you get past 5,
I agree.
Hard.
I think
some shows are exceptions, probably.
I think in this
sitcoms,
one, but I also think in this one, it's like due to the nature of the show, it could go on and be good for a while.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, they could ride around in limos just talking about boardroom meetings till the end of time, basically.
Right.
That's all the show is.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Look, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
Yeah. This 4th season is gonna be awesome, and it's great because The Last of Us is going to end, and then Ted Lasso is going to start, and then this is going to start, and then The Mandalorian's going on in between that. Ooh. So we're gearing up for a lot of good television.
A lot of good TV coming down.
I'm telling you, you guys should watch Slow Horses too on Apple TV. It's very good. Season 2 just came out.
That's what I hear.
Gary Oldman at his finest. Ken, what are your thoughts? You didn't give us your thoughts.
My thoughts are, I think I'm going to echo what you guys say, is I love Succession. It is my favorite TV show on probably of the last 10 years.
Whoa.
So I'm bummed that it's ending. Like I'm more bummed that I'm not going to be able to look forward to more Succession after this season ends. I think that's really what it is. Because like when season 3 was over, I was like, I'm going to have to wait 2 years for another season of Succession. Luckily, we haven't. It's only going to be a year and like a half, which is, I guess, good. It went by quick. But I will be bummed when it's over, and then I'll probably go back and watch all of it again because I love it that much.
There's something about, I think HBO has mastered it. They've totally got it right where the coming out once a week and you're waiting for Sunday night to watch it. But the fact that it's also sort of on demand for everybody so you can start it wherever you're at is the perfect in between of live television versus binge streaming. It's so good.
And Kate and I were talking about this. What I love about the HBO service is that, you know, most television services, they air it on Sunday night.
They make you wait.
Watch it on Monday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The moment it starts airing, they put it on the streaming service, which is awesome.
In a lot of cases, it's on there a few minutes earlier.
I know. It's like 2 or 3 minutes earlier.
Yeah, I usually get it about 5 minutes early when you're sitting there waiting. But yeah, so the other thing I was going to say too is that when Succession started, it was kind of towards the end of Game of Thrones, and I guess you could make an argument for Westworld being the other big HBO show, which has now been canceled.
That was such a drop off, though.
Yeah, Succession, when it came out, there really wasn't a ton of other stuff going for HBO, and now I feel like it's in a good spot where it's leaving, and you've got Last of Us, and then you've got House of the Dragon, which is also incredible. So I think there'll be plenty to watch. I'll find shows to watch. Maybe I'll even start, Yellowstone, which apparently might be ending too. So who knows?
Has anyone watched the Gene Smart show? I'm blanking on the name.
Hacks. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's very good.
I've recommend heard great things. It seems like every time I open up HBO, it's staring me right in the face, and I'll be like, next time.
Yeah. So guys, I mean, that's pretty much it for the news articles the big ones of the past couple of weeks. We could look up anniversaries.
Let's just do a quick
there's
one.
No way of doing it.
Give me like a 17. Nah, not 17. 12-year anniversary.
12-year. Okay, we'll do one 12-year anniversary. So what is that?
Yeah.
2021 or 2011?
Sure.
Yeah, 2021 was 12 years ago.
Shut up.
Man.
Hey, I'm not going to question anyone's math. I don't think there's a worse person at math in the world than me.
2011 February movie theater releases. February 2011. Happy 12-year anniversary to Justin Bieber. Never Say Never.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, Hall Pass. February 2011.
Incredibly bad movie.
And And then the Drive Angry, the Nicolas Cage vehicle in vehicles. What a month February 2011 was for great cinema releases.
Wow.
Well, guys, that's going to wrap it up for us today. We are the CineBoiz podcast. Thank you so much. You've been hanging out with us on Twitch today. Kay in the chat, Jonesy Joe in the chat, Mr. Rim in the chat. Guys, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. If you are streaming, just a little housekeeping item. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back in a little bit for another stream. But if you are listening to this podcast on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, please be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. We are legally required to say that since we are a podcast, and it goes a long way for us. If you want to write a review too, that also helps. And then also you can find us on social media at CineBoiz on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find us on youtube.com/corkbats. You can watch our video on demand, which releases every Monday. And yeah, maybe join our Discord. Links in the chat below. Not very active on Discord. That's my fault. Anyways, and then also we're part of CorkBats, so be sure to follow CorkBats on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at CorkBats, and be sure to check out CorkBats.com. Again, review for Cocaine Bear is going to be up within the next 40 hours. Cocaine. So yeah, guys, you got anything else you need to get off your chest before we leave?
Go dogs.
Go dogs.
Go dogs.
For sure.
Go dogs,
baby.
All right. Bye, guys.